everyone. We are now in the kitchen. Got the diva of deliciousness in town, Miss Tinky Weisblat. What's she showing us, Alanna?
She's showing us rhubarb in a bundt cake.
That's coming up later, though. What's this first one?
Oh, this first one. Whoops, I gave out the secret before I was supposed to.
That's a good job. It's a little tease. Yeah.
Okay, yes. Yeah, but now we're doing a omelet. We're going to use a non-stick pan. Is that right?
Yeah, because for the next whatever, as long as I remember to do it, I'm going to be showing people a little bit about some of my favorite things to use in the kitchen. Because in addition to being a diva and a writer, sometimes I need to make extra money, and I work at a cookware store. And I teach classes, but I also sell cookware, and people are always saying things like, I need an entire set of this or an entire set of that. My point of view, and you don't have to pay any attention, but please do, is that you need a little bit of everything to make all your kitchen things come out right. So I would never have an entire set of non-stick cookware, but I would always have a non-stick skillet or two.
Okay.
Or frying pan, same thing.
So I'm confused because I'm a mere novice when it comes to the culinary arts. We
Go
know
right
this.
ahead.
Why is there butter in the non-stick pan?
Well, two
Flavor.
things. Mostly flavor.
Okay.
And also, it's actually better for your non-stick pan, most of them, to have just a little bit, I may have overdone the butter, but to have a little bit of oil or butter, because you want to make them warm before you add your eggs, but you don't want to heat them without anything in them.
Then what was the point?
Oh, they're still going to come out. The point is, you'll see the point when you do the dishes, which I hope you're doing, Danny.
Oh.
So
well,
here, if you would scrunch me some eggs, please. So eggs and water. For an omelet, we put in water. For scrambled eggs, we put in milk.
Check me out.
I'm sure everybody knew that.
Look at that.
And I'm adding some Creole seasoning.
Ooh. Am I going circular enough, Alanna?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe a little bit more.
A little more wrist?
A little oomph, a little more oomph. There you go. Now
there
it's
we go.
blending
If you
up.
don't
It
want the
looks good.
Creole seasoning, you can do salt and pepper. You can do herbs of your choice, whatever you like. Then I have my little butter. Yes, butter.
But it's a non-stick pan.
I know, but you still have a little butter.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm done.
You could use less butter.
You
since
could
it's a
use less
non-stick
butter.
Pan.
The other thing you want to remember with a non-stick pan, probably we don't, it's too hard to show the dial here, but you never put it on ultra-high heat. Non-stick pans don't last forever. They wear out. One of the ways to make them die fast is to put them over high heat, and they don't cook as well on high heat.
How many years should it last, a good non-stick pan?
I like them to last at least 8 to 10.
But in theory?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's a really good question.
I'm sorry,
It depends on how you handle them, and we're going to talk a little bit more about how you handle them. You're also going to be using a heat-proof non-stick spatula or whatever, or wood. Wood is good because you don't want to scratch them.
That's right. What happens when it is scratched? I remember there was all that fear a long time ago, but they've changed the surface of the pans.
They've changed most of the surfaces. You still have to be careful, so do your research. I never remember the letters that are the initials of the things that we hate, but there are certain things formed in, yes, I'm going to say it, Teflon, that you don't want. Because they're even though there's only a little bit of it, they're toxic, and in fact, you don't want them in your food, even the tiniest amount. So I'm turning this up a little just because this is much easier, by the way, with a gas stove. Meanwhile, I'm going to talk while it's cooking.
Okay. So that's why it's important that you use a plastic spatula, because or utensil, or wooden, like you said, so it's not going to scrape the surface and damage your pan.
While it's starting to cook, I'm going to put in a little bit of parsley. You can put whatever you want in. If you're putting in vegetables, they should be pre-cooked. And you can cook them before and then put the egg on top of them, too.
We got about a minute left, Tinky. I'm very excited to see how you flip the omelet. I want to see your patented
we may have to do
method.
that later. But the first thing you want to do is, while it's cooking, you push very gently in from the sides. And that means that, because like everything else, it cooks more at the edges. So you cook in, push in from the sides. We may have to see it flipped later because it's taking its time. And you want to give it, okay, a couple more things about the pans. When you're storing them, obviously you don't want them clanging into each other and scratching. So two things you can do. You can either hang them, if you have a pot rack, which I happen to have like 12 of, and I still am too crowded. Or I put them in a drawer with, you can use paper towels, but I just found this cute thing at a kitchen store. Is that not cute?
What is the cute thing?
This cute thing, you stack it between your nonstick skillets.
Oh.
That is a good idea.
It protects them, but also paper towels also do the trick.
Do nonstick pans scratch really easily? What is?
Well, no, they don't scratch easily, but you don't want them to scratch because in every single case, this is a ceramic nonstick, which means they've pushed either ceramic or silicone into it and baked it.
Got
or
it.
there's another kind that's smoother, but once you scratch it, that's the part that's nonstick. Then it gets down to the part that sticks.
And then that would defeat
And
the
you will
purpose.
know that your nonstick pan is dying when A, you see other things, and B, you can't push the edges in because it's going to stick too much.
Well, we're out of time, so
okay, you'll just see the finished product.
Yes, you are very clairvoyant, Tinky. We'll flip the omelet later, and we'll show you how to make this beautiful rhubarb pound cake.
Yes.
And of course,
love it.
the recipe.
Yes,
It's
the
on our
recipe
website.
will be on our website.
MyMessappeal.com.
There you go.